burp.
You just now? My kids I had a little burp. It was like a little baby burp. It wasn't like a.
And your kids got annoyed by it?
Will was like, it's got to stop. I'm like, I get it with the gas.
You're like, I'll stop
But
that.
a little burp? I'm sorry.
It's got to come out one way or the other. So if it's not coming out your butthole, and by the way,
Well,
Luna, where did Luna learn butthole? I have no idea.
You probably called her one. You probably called your kid a butthole.
Yeah, she goes, do buttholes have hair? I was like, okay, that we haven't discussed.
Later.
All right, you guys, welcome to Cozy Conversations with the Sister Project. I am your host, Lauren, being joined by my co-host, asshole sidekick, and sister from the same mister, Michelle Anderson.
Coming at you.
Coming in hot. Now, before we dive into this enthralling conversation that we have, Michelle, we have to discuss one of our very first podcast sponsors of the day.
Oh, I'd love nothing more.
This is a return. This is a, what do you call them?
A repeat offender?
A repeat offender.
Is this a three-peat offender? Who is this?
This is Let It Be Us.
Let It Be Us, a two-timer.
A two-timer.
Tommy two-timer.
Let It Be Us. We're so excited to have you back in our realm of conversation. Let's talk a little bit about Let It Be Us. Let It Be Us is an Illinois nonprofit working to improve the foster care and adoption system by connecting children with loving families and the resources they deserve. They support foster parents, advocate for kids in care, and they also work to make the path to adoption clearer and more compassionate. And I'll tell you, with all the conversations we've had with them, I have finally learned and have begun to understand a lot more on how the system works and how the path to fostering one of the ways
is not always a straight shot. It's more of a long and windy road.
So much about, recently I learned about how they have certain foster parents that in cases of emergency, they are on call and they cannot say no. If you are willing to take a child in need during an emergency situation, no is not an option unless you're obviously out of the, the nose, the big nose. But
dead
other
or
than
not
that,
here.
But other than that, that's the agreement you make.
Wow.
So things like that you'll learn from Let It Be Us. And whether you want to foster, learn more about fostering and then adopting, or simply learn more about Let It Be Us, it is a wonderful place to start. So where you can do is start at letitbeus.org. And thank you, Let It Be Us, for being our sponsor for today's podcast. Happy to have you here. All right, Michelle, how are you doing?
Better than you?
I know. I was having it. I'm wearing my teeny time sweatshirt because I think I might have a martini tonight. It's Wednesday.
Why don't you just have
I might have one this afternoon? I might have one during our next recording. It's been rough. You know what it is? The past couple days have been little silly things have been going kind of wrong. But I will say I've been doing a better job of maintaining and not losing my utter shit.
That's good. I mean, that means that your nervous system is regulated. You're still under control.
I have to be.
But I will say that the cumulative effect of life and the things that happen, sometimes it breaks you.
Yeah, I am today. It was one more thing. I walked in the door and it was one more thing. And I was like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah. And you were like, I feel like I could cry. And I'm like, let it out.
I know.
And
I was like, I don't
know. Not now. We got a show.
I appreciate you giving me space to let it out.
Anytime, man.
That's what sisters are for. That's what sisters are
Hell
for.
Yeah, man.
Want to know what I'm caring less about?
I'd love. Wait, what?
Done.
What?
I am done. I do okay. So when I'm on TikTok,
I love when you're
I'm done. You're done.
You're done.
What are we doing,
what
people?
Is it?
Why are we eating horse treats? So the new thing for content creators, you've got the content creators that eat legit
candy,
garbage.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even call it
their
candy.
microbiome is shot to hell.
It's dead.
They've got no.
They're
flora.
dead on the inside. They're just I don't know how they are even functioning. What people are eating now to get more likes and bust through the algorithm. Now we've gone from eating complete just garbage to this. Okay. For any equestrians out there or people in the barn life, horse treats. They're round like this, Michelle. They're big. Think about a Yankee candle and take off of the glass and then cut the Yankee candle in half.
A half a candle wax.
Yeah, big one. And it's this, they call it a lick treat. And content creators
I know what you're talking about.
Eating,
they put them in the fences and stuff.
For the horses?
Wait a second.
Okay.
People are
eating them. They're taking bites out of them. And I was like, what is this person eating? I thought she was eating a big chunk of wax. It's a horse treat that are flavored blueberries, Hawaiian punch, matcha, whatever. They're getting creative. Now humans are buying these so that they can eat. And you've got to I wouldn't be able to eat them. My teeth would fall out because I've got veneers. You Actually, back in the day.
I'm getting older. Back in the day, they called me Mr. Ed and my college friends, and I love him. It was all out of fun. I'd be like, fuck
I'm not
you
making
guys.
fun of you.
No,
I'm just saying you would. No, that's actually fucking mean. Fuck that guy.
Vince Maiotta, you know who you
Vince,
are.
oh, I know who you are. You're going to get a spanking from me next time I see you, mister. But you would have been kind of like maybe, like I just see people doing it. I'm like, your teeth are going to pop out.
Were you just insinuating that maybe I would have been a person that would have been a good horse treat candidate?
Yes.
That's fucked up.
Well, they were
so where does I just need to know, like, where is this like
I don't
why?
know.
My question is why.
This
is another fucking reason. If you're sitting on a social media platform and you're watching somebody eating a horse treat, that's
where I found myself yesterday.
And that is your cue.
I'm brain dead.
I mean, system shut down.
Are they doing it to be funny or like?
No, they're doing it to be to be curious. What does a horse treat taste like? So now all of these content creators who eat things for like, shock value are all getting these, and they're huge. And then you have to open your mouth real wide and you have to jam your teeth and rip it off. It's like think about a horse mouth.
I am so sad for what's happening.
I know, me too. That's why I'm like, I threw my phone yesterday. I'm like, I'm brain rotting. Like I am getting dumber by the second, and I'm too worried about their microbiomes.
I mean, honestly, good for them for niching down. I mean, there's a whole horse food industry that I'm sure is just sending them.
Oh my God.
They probably have their marketers, like their influencers, connectors that are thinking to themselves, never in a million years did I expect to be sending a horse treat to a human.
To a content creator. Well, it's funny because Michelle and I and Anthony have been enjoying these candy-coated dark chocolate almonds from Trader Joe's. And what is
not a horse treat.
Not a horse treat. What's the consensus on these?
Like if I rated it out of 10, I'd give it a 5.5.
Oh, that's low.
Because I'd give like the Cadbury malted egg.
Yeah. Malted.
Whatever the Cadbury egg is, the little hard
just
one.
The chocolate. There's no malt in it. It's just milk chocolate.
Then whatever that is, that gets a 12.5.
100%.
That is not the
We're
best.
not comparing because that's apples and oranges.
I would say 6.5.
Thank you. I'm going 7. I like them a lot.
Okay.
I want Cadbury though. I thought this would be fun.
I actually would have preferred if you would have had right here what you made me a little while ago, which was that corn tortilla quesadilla, melted cheddar cheese, avocado schmear, some incredible
salsa again, Anthony. What is it? Senor. The salsa?
The salsa that you guys were using?
Mama Rivera?
Mama Rivera.
And it's a local. I think it's a Hinsdalean.
Now, 10 fucking stars for Mama Rivera.
Mama Rivera's. And actually, let's give it up to Devin, who gave us the gross drink last week.
Yeah.
She's the one that introduced us to Mama Rivera.
So Devin's back in our good graces, is what we're saying. Okay. Well, that was an incredible little quickie snack.
Oh, that salsa's really good. Well, that's like a little quickie. I'm starving.
Well, because you guys, I come in, I'm here, and Lauren starts whipping herself up this like gourmet fucking treat. And she's like, oh, do you want one? I haven't eaten a thing. My stomach is eating itself.
I didn't think you'd be...
I was like, well, I mean, if you're making one, might as well make 2.
And I did, and you loved it.
It was good.
So good. But these were pretty good. But I found out, you guys, Michelle has misophonia. I was eating one of these, and she was just like on her headphones were on, and I ate one. Here, let's just do it again.
Well, the thing is it was probably I'm not stressed now because I was working on the sound, and I think I was a little hypersensitive, but that is
HSP.
So fucking annoying. Chewing. And actually, you want to know what does annoy me sometimes, Lauren, is when I'm working on the sound, and Lauren, I'm like definitely like at a 10 stress. Like you guys might not know it, but I'm like, this needs to work. And Lauren is just
hanging out.
Couldn't be more relaxed.
Listen, I've done my part. I've done my part though, and I've had a hard day.
Yeah.
So, and I've got your printout of your notes.
Yeah. So let's let her rip.
If you can't get your audio to work, that sounds like a personal
problem. Yeah, I know. That's why I feel the weight of the world. I'm like, dear God.
So I don't have misophonia. I like watching people or hearing, like if it's from a phone, like opening up of crackers. My sweet husband though has like a jaw click.
Oh, and that probably ticks you off.
I have misophonia for Anthony. You don't hear it on the inside of your head when you're eating? It sounds like a knuckle cracking.
Mia has
not all the time. It's when you're eating like a big sandwich.
Mia has misophonia. Poor guy.
It's like we'll have to get a big sandwich today.
Sit right next
wide.
to me. Mia has misophonia.
I didn't know what that term was when she was younger and would tell will basically to stop breathing. I
Yeah,
was
while
like,
he
well,
was
he has to
eating.
breathe. Like that's how he's
Well,
going
I
to
feel
live.
like siblings probably get it from one another too.
I think I have it a little too. I know I do. Sometimes Ryan, I'll be in the kitchen working at the Cozy Cafe, and Ryan will come in for like a snack, and it's typically like tortilla chips, and I'm working, and I'm like, that's a me problem. You know, what am I going to tell him? Like, get out of here. You can't chew food in the place where you eat. No. But I'm like, I have.
What happens? Like what on the inside? Because I'm curious. I see that
My body gets hot.
Okay, so you're suffering from symptoms.
My body gets hot. I start to feel rageful.
Oh my God.
And like I could commit a homicide.
So you're just in line with misophonia.
I am.
Beyond, yeah, you are textbook. It's beyond annoyance. It can cause extreme anger.
Yep. Homicide.
Panic.
Homicide.
Or an urge to leave the room or stop the person. So you have it.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Physical symptoms may include increased heart rate.
100%.
Sweating. You said
I get hot.
Yeah. And high blood pressure.
Oh my God. Well, is there any treatment for it?
Management. While there's no official cure or management, you might need therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy and maybe white noise machines. And you should probably get some earplugs.
Okay, because you don't think stabbing is a good approach.
That intrusive thought, that's why you need CBT.
Okay.
To help with the intrusive thoughts.
Okay. Wow.
You're sick.
I legit have it.
You have an illness.
Chuck,
That's so funny.
add it to the list.
Because I like never think about it. Like I don't think I've ever been annoyed with that.
Oh, you
ever in
don't
my
have
life.
it then?
Then you don't have it. Mia and I have it.
I have
sure.
it. I have a touch of a tang of it for sure.
Yeah.
Listener, do you have it?
Yeah.
Right in. I mean,
I'm curious how many people
dying
suffer
to
from this.
know.
I know a couple of my friends have it because we've talked about the want to commit a crime.
Yeah, but it's so, Well, I'm glad that no one's gone to jail yet
Everyone's
or
still
the
alive.
doghouse for this. Okay. Moving on, Michelle, quick catch up. Soccer team tryouts are out.
Oh my God.
And it sounds like
longest 6 days.
hooray for, do you want to tell?
Yes. Mia made the team.
Yay. Mia made the team. What team though?
She
Exactly.
made the high school varsity soccer team, which is like trying out for a professional league.
Why?
It's the longest, most scary, dramatic drag.
Was it like that for you?
I mean, soccer back in the 90s was different. They just called me. I was, at that time, that was the only thing I was good at. They were like, you're a freshman, come play with the varsity.
So you didn't do this whole drag
Never
out.
tried
Did
out
you
for a team.
haze?
Never tried out for a team.
You never tried out for a team?
No, I just made it.
Oh,
they were just like,
wow,
come on
Michelle.
down. You're the next.
That's impressive. I didn't know this about you.
I know. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but it's not like that anymore. I don't know if I'd cut it.
You cut it. If you didn't even need to try out, you would cut it in
I don't know,
2026.
dude. It's cutthroat out there, man. There's like so many kids in so many sports. Youth sports has ruined high school sports.
It's ruined people's
the
schedules
majority.
and calendars. I mean, what are we doing?
It's insane, but we could not be more excited.
So exciting.
Because I'll tell you what, she set a goal and man, she worked her little tail off and did it.
Well
but
done.
while it was going on, all I kept thinking of, I feel like we quote our dad here a lot, but he used to say that luck is the residue of hard work. And I feel like a little bit of luck and a lot of hard work.
It's true.
Gets you to your point.
It's a Nickism.
It's
a dadism.
It is. It's a good one. He's got a lot of them.
He has. And I have heeded that, advice. And also, that they say, we've talked about like flossing and I don't know, you just hear about like good teeth health for brain health. I don't really understand all the ties, but I don't care. Like, again, I'll do whatever they tell me to do.
I don't understand it either. I wish that somebody earlier on would have said, like, not just like, are you flossing, but like, like the way the other things in our lives were impressed upon us to take care of ourselves, which I'm not really sure if there were any, but flossing's a biggie.
I love flossing.
I don't love it, but I do.
I love it. I love it, but I'm having.
I don't love when I talk to people that don't do it. I'll tell you that.
I can't. I'm just.
You know what?
It's interesting. You can smell when someone's not flossing. I know this is a very unappetizing.
Well, there's a difference between garlic breath and bacteria breath.
And halitosis. Like I've been in a cab before with garlic breath. I've been in a cab with halitosis.
Yeah.
And I have spoken to people, and I'm sure, listen, you
you
guys used to rip on me so bad. So before I talk shit about anyone else's breath,
same.
I just want everyone to know that growing up, my family, my siblings like really, you guys, I guess if there was
Childhood trauma.
you guys, all you said to me was bad. You have dragon breath, bad breath.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm fine now.
I mean,
I
and now
hope.
and you've got the good news is you've gotten the bacteria, the dragon breath, the halitosis.
I did not have halitosis.
You did not.
What did you have? Just
Kitten breath?
Kitten breath? We'll call it
Yeah,
kitten
Luna's-
breath.
calls it kitten
Puppy
breath.
Luna's got it. It's
Yeah.
just
Well,
little
it's like
kitten-
wake up breath.
it's little
Yeah.
kitten breath.
And you just had it throughout the course of the day.
Yeah,
It just was so
something-
long.
You know what? I wasn't probably tending to the health of my
Flossing.
teeth. 100%.
Flossing.
And I'm talking like when I was a kid. As an adult, come and you can be 1 inch from me and you'll want to kiss me because my
Totally.
breath smells so good.
I see that here in real time. It seems like your breath is fine. I honestly think that you have garlic breath and it still doesn't really deter anybody.
Oh my God, I love it. So anyways, I had a toothache last week. And I was thinking about Dad, and I was like, you never let a toothache go. Even like the hygienist was like, good thing you came in. Like, never let a toothache
Didn't really know that.
turn into something. Because
I'm kind of a ride it out kind of a gal. All right.
no, don't write it out because
Good to know.
so many things can happen.
Good to know.
And plus, if you're in pain, let's figure it out.
Totally.
So I went in with the scare that I had like this huge cavity. I had some dental work done a couple years ago, and I thought I was having a fallout from it.
Okay.
It turns out that I kind of was, but wasn't. I chipped a tooth. So there's a cavity. There's a filling that needs some repair. But the problem that I'm really having is a receding. Like I'm having 2 teeth on both sides with some receding gum. And I'm like,
what do you mean? Are you having
damn.
sensitivity?
Sensitivity,
Okay.
and I could see it. Like
Okay.
I saw it for the first time. I was like, eek.
Like your
Oh.
root is
No,
exposed?
my root is not exposed, but you could see the gum line looks
Oh.
low. It dips lower than my
Okay.
teeth line. Like,
Long
these are
in
like
tooth.
long in the tooth.
So
like
what do you do for
another
that?
dadism, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's certain things you can do, but what we had to do is manage the pain first. So I told him what was going on. I'm like, I'm just so scared that this is something serious. And my dentist, Dr. Ponzio, great dentist out in like Elmwood Park, Oak Park area, he says to me, well, what are you brushing your teeth with? And I said, well,
Sandbags?
I'm brushing it with Arm & Hammer baking soda.
Nail
And
file?
he goes, and I think we just solved the problem.
Okay.
What, Anthony?
What do you brush your teeth with?
I've been telling her about this
Sensodyne?
freaking Arm & Hammer for 10 years.
Yeah. I mean, Dr. Ponzio was like, it's pumice. You're pumicing your gums.
Can your gums regenerate?
I don't think so. I'll have to get some. It's not major. I'm not in like dental emergency, but I have to
Look up like gum massage. I feel like there's I thought I've heard
I don't
that.
think I can reduce. I don't think I can push the gums back up. I'm either going to have to do a crown, some filling material, gum graft.
Grafts,
I'm like,
yeah, I have
oh,
a friend that's done that.
It sounds very painful. In any
Doesn't
case,
seem fun.
what I was doing was aggravating a nerve that was aggravated with pumice.
Got
And so I've
it.
changed to Sensodyne. But the moral of this story is after our discussion, I said, gosh, I said something like, oh, I'm getting older. And he literally stopped. And he was walking out and he looked at me, he goes, we are not getting older. We are getting better.
Oh my
and I go,
God.
oh my God. And he goes, what's wrong with you? And I said, thank you.
I love your dentist.
I thought, and I left with, he really helped. It was such a mindset shift.
Because I go to the Little Shop
loved
of
it.
Horrors. So I'm
Oh, I know you do.
Wait, what?
I go to the Little Shop of Horrors for my dental work.
Oh.
Yeah. I do.
Wait.
I've been going my whole life.
Same. Well,
What-
I don't
what
go to
is
him
it?
anymore.
Is it
my
Well, we're
dentist.
not going to say his name on
It's
air.
my
He's
dentist, and I've been
wonderful.
going my entire life. But I tell you what, Little Shop
Little
of
Shop of
Horrors.
Horrors. Oh my God, Michelle, that's so funny. Well, yeah, you guys listeners, take
So is
good
the
care of
pain
your
gone?
teeth. The pain is gone because I've switched to Sensodyne. And
Okay.
so I have some, it's temporary. I've got some things to deal with, but I'm not, again, I thought I was in a bad way.
Yeah, I was worried too. That
I was in so much pain.
not fun.
It was throbbing.
I've
You know
actually
when you
never
can
experienced tooth pain.
Oh, well, when you have a heartbeat in your gums,
Yeah.
that's when you know. Or
Are
if
you
someone,
not eating then, really?
right now?
No, then when you're
You
experiencing
have
that
to
pain.
eat on the other side.
So-
Or
okay.
literally you're like, oh, I guess I'm gonna have my smoothie today
Yeah.
because I can't eat.
Yeah.
But thanks to good dental advances
Yeah.
in
telling
modern
ya.
dentistry,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm safe and sound.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear it.
Because no halitosis for me
No,
and no
you've still got your teeth and your gums.
and that terrible breath. Okay, let's segue, Michelle, into our hot topic. Before we do that, quick ad break. And this ad break goes out to Chicago Private Wealth Group. Michelle and I, we've talked about this, in the past couple episodes about how important it is for your financial advisors to really see you as a person and not as just a bank account
Yep.
or profiting
Mhm.
off of you.
We got the guys for you.
Yeah, we do. And honestly, as I was talking to Rick Shanley in our professional setting of learning more about their business so I can get their key messaging. You already work with them. When he started talking about like retirement and like long-term goals and spouses being on the same page, like my throat started to close. And I, on the side, told him that I actually have to talk to
What's
him.
amazing is how very quickly you will feel your throat opening
And
up
I'm excited
again.
to have this experience because this is going to be a little journey. We've talked a lot about
I'm excited
financial
for you.
trauma and, learned behaviors
Yeah.
and what it was like in the olden days. And as a woman, I want to have a much more keen idea of financial health.
And a plan.
And a plan.
And a fucking
and
plan.
I feel like I don't know anything. Like someone says 401k and I'm like, and let's talk about cheeseburgers. Don't even eat them, but I want to talk about something else.
Yep.
What we're going to do is send you to www.chicagopwg.com where you will begin your journey. And if you specifically want to speak with someone that Michelle's working with and that I plan to work with, go ahead. You're going to reach out to rick.shanley, SHANLEY at lplfinancial.com.
And I just was going to say, it just feels more like a relationship than a journey. It really is a different experience than anything I've ever had in that umbrella.
Yeah. Plus I think I mentioned last time I was in on a conversation while you guys were having a quick phone call on speaker. And I was like, I like his energy.
Yeah.
And that matters to me.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like, we can have a funny conversation about
good vibes.
Yeah. And then let's get down to business.
Serious. 1000%.
And hold my fucking hand.
Literally he's your guy.
Hold my hand.
That's what he does.
Okay, good.
And makes you laugh while he's doing it.
Okay. I'm excited. Okay. So you guys, hot topic.
Can't wait.
I'm so excited.
I've watched the whole thing.
Oh, you did. You're up to speed because I didn't realize this, but you guys, here we go. We are talking about Love Story, the JFK Jr. and Carolyn Bessette Kennedy series. It's one of the most watched series in history.
Wait,
I found
are
out.
You serious?
I didn't realize it would be so popular.
Wow.
Yeah. And I mean, listen, anytime there's tragedy tied.
Yeah.
Yes. What were
Well, they
you
were
saying?
the most like fond after followed photographed couple ever. It would make sense
Kinda
that
wild.
Generation of people that lived during
Yeah,
that
we are
is now we're
all-
like,
yeah.
let's see this. What's
we want
the
to watch
story?
it now. Absolutely. So this is produced by Ryan Murphy, who, from what I understand, and you guys will help me if I'm wrong, because Michelle, you let me know that he did Glee.
Yes.
Okay. And Ryan Murphy is also
American
the same
Horror
guy
Story.
that does American Horror Story, and he does the Monster series.
Yes.
I was able to watch a bit of those monster stories, like the Menendez brothers.
Same.
But when we got to Ed Gein, I get to too much grotesque grosses me out.
I don't know why I watched that one all the way
yeah,
through.
you did.
So
But
strange.
he is doing, I will tell you, he's doing the Lizzie Borden story next,
Oh,
and
okay.
I will be watching
Yeah,
that.
same.
So he has received, some people have loved it, and some people are very critical and have been criticizing him for
what?
some people are saying like the grotesque display of tragedy, untruths, not factual. I mean, he's literally calling it JFK Jr. and Carolyn Bessette Kennedy, and then they're saying, but not all of these things are true. But it's like, how are you? Basically, personality stuff and like certain,
You mean like, for example, about Daryl Hannah?
Daryl Hannah's, who wrote an op-ed recently, and I think it was the New York Times, really upset about her portrayal, even though they're like, it's not really you, but it's you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to joke here, but when she's like, I never touched cocaine in my whole life, and maybe she didn't. You know what? A lot of people don't. But I'm thinking like, damn, to be in Hollywood in the 80s and be so
straight arrow.
to not do cocaine in the
Clean?
80s. Yeah, that's
Sober?
I'm shocked by this. But you know what?
I saw her. For some reason, she popped up in my. Well, for some reason, I mean, I literally binged JFK and been talking about it for 3 days straight. But she popped up in my algorithm, and she was taking a winter walk in the woods. It was like magical.
Wait, she's on social?
Yeah, she said she said I don't usually do this. This isn't really my thing.
Oh, she wants people to know what she's like now.
And she was like, I mean, she literally looked like a princess walking through Narnia. Like,
oh my
you
God,
will be
I need to
obsessed. She
find
had like
her.
this like hat, like the hues that she was wearing as she was walking through this like snow covered landscape with like a hat.
Is
with
she like in Montana?
With like a brooch here. No, you would die. Just stunning.
Oh my God.
And she was like, I don't usually do this. Like, this isn't my thing. I'm not great at this, but I've been quiet my entire life, and I'm just gonna clear the air on something.
Yeah, so did she talk about the series?
I think I saw after she started to say that. Well, yeah, she went on to say,
okay,
I'm
gonna
like
find
that. This is not. Yeah, look it up. Look her up. I also want to know where she was.
Yeah, same. She seems like she'd be like in the mountains, like
looked
Utah
like the mountains.
Or something, based on what you're
saying. It looked stunning.
So I will say that as we dive into this, we're going to go over some facts and spoilers. So if you don't know anything about it, it's too late because we're going to tell you all about it. So I will say that I've been obsessed with the playlist or the soundtrack. I mean, the 90s, late 80s, early 90s bangers are being felt.
Mm-hmm.
And I think so many people have wanted to tune in or choose to tune into this, us, the millennials, the elder millennials, and your Gen X.
Gen X.
Because we are craving something that we know, that there's really no surprises for many of us. We know exactly what happens. And we want to go away from the terrifying doom scroll that we experience on a daily fucking basis.
Yeah.
So one person's horrific tragedy is almost like it's like a comfort space for us.
Weirdly is.
And it's the 90s. And I think everyone is super nostalgic over the 90s right now.
I've decided the 90s were the best decade to live in ever.
I kind of agree.
I'm not kidding.
I feel like it wasn't as scary as like, you've got the 70s, like Nam and like Civil War and the 80s.
I mean, we had
oh no, we didn't.
We had a war. Yeah, it was Iraq.
But that wasn't, I thought, till the early 2000s. 2001.
I remember when
Kuwait. Oh, we had the Kuwait War.
I remember walking down the halls of St. John of the Cross when that happened.
At war to some degree. So that's part of it. But I feel like, like with the deletion of social media, we didn't have that.
It wasn't. We didn't have the 24-hour news cycle pumping into our.
We didn't.
So we didn't have the 24-hour cortisol blast either.
We didn't. So let's dive back into the 90s.
You guys
buckle up, put a helmet on. We're going back in time with Doc to 1992.
Except in the 90s, no one was wearing fucking helmets.
I know. We were raw dogging it, like on our bikes. Good luck. Oh my God. John met Carolyn in 1992 at a Calvin Klein showroom in NYC, which again, if you've watched the series, that's not how they meet in the series.
They meet at a party.
Calvin's wife kind of introduces them. When they met, John was 31. He was at the time the world's most eligible bachelor, and Carolyn was 26. So normal dating ages. Cool. This is great. Healthy, nothing too weird. The proposal happened in 1995 when John proposed on a fishing boat off of Martha's Vineyard. Fun fact, Carolyn didn't say yes immediately. She reportedly waited 3 weeks to accept for good causes, for a good reason. Yeah. She was fucking freaked out.
She was like really thoughtful about what life might be like with somebody.
Yeah, she wasn't like in the hoop-de-loop.
I'm in.
Yeah, I'm the America's princess. She's like, this sounds scary.
If that was like so that's true. That's really how she was. Like, I was impressed by that. Like, she didn't get all caught up in the I don't know, magnitude of it. It scared her.
Yeah, it did. And that's why they called her the Ice Queen. The media labeled her the Ice Queen because she wasn't smiling enough for them. She wasn't friendly enough for them. They said if she thought that if she wore dark glasses, because she was known for her glassware, her eyewear, and that if she didn't make eye contact with them, in her mind, paparazzi wasn't there. So that's how and I completely respect that.
One of my favorite scenes in the whole series was when she essentially quit working for Calvin and walked down to the elevator, and she had that her style. We're going to talk about that. And she walked in the elevator, and then she turned around, she faced the doors, and she slipped her glasses on, and it was just badass.
Yeah, it's like her little superhero.
It was like her superpower. Yep. Yes, 100%.
And then of course they had their wedding in on Cumberland Island in Georgia. It was an old church that was for the slaves. I think, I don't know if it was on a plantation, but it was a one-room wooden chapel.
No power,
electricity. So it was all candlelit. It was really that. There's that iconic photo of them, coming out, him kissing her hand. That took place on September 21st, 1996. And so sadly, the plane crash happened on July 16th, 1999. They crashed right off the coast, I believe 7 miles away. They were so close to Martha's Vineyard alongside Carolyn's sister Lauren. John was 38 and Carolyn was 33. So sad.
Loss.
So sad. We'll revisit
I wish
that.
they didn't get on the plane.
There's so much to it. Like here, if you want, we can go right into the plane. So with the plane crash, sadly, they had a late start. They were,
Yep.
I'm, as you guys know, so fascinated by aviation and the unfortunate accidents that can happen around aviation. So of course, I've always known a lot about this accident that took place, and they got a late start. The press, there was
There was
certain
like 20 minutes of sunlight left or something.
Yeah, but of course they blamed it on Carolyn. You can't even be a person after you die. They still will tear you apart.
It's freaking insane.
At one point they were like, it's her fault because she was getting a pedicure.
Okay.
And so they were late because of her. So they blamed like the timing. But they're like, the truth of the matter is they were trying to go through heavy delayed traffic on a Friday evening to get to the airport from Manhattan or wherever. And they didn't reach the airport in Jersey until 8 p.m. And what's crazy is like the whole, like the details around flying. And what happens is basically with the flights, what happened with John flying it was, and I don't know the exact name of it, but it's when
you can't see the horizon and
the ocean. It looks like one.
Yeah.
It's like a black hole. You're literally looking at black.
And then I read that it feels like you could be flying straight, but you're really on an angle.
And then it goes into like a spiral and then it nosedives.
Yeah.
So,
which is what happened to them.
Which is basically what happened. And it's so sad. Like apparently, they found the wreckage about 120 feet below sea level. Okay. And John, I heard this when I was young, like at the age that this happened, of course, looking through tabloids, that all three of them were still buckled into their seats, that he was still like in the cockpit, and then the plane had broken apart and Lauren and Carolyn were together seated. That's just what I have heard. Again, I fact check this as much as I can fact check, and that's what is out there. And then they had their burial at sea. So super scary. I guess I struggle with like kind of what you said. I wish they never flew. Same, like especially when it's getting so dark. Why even chance it?
Like honestly, why can't you just have somebody fly you there? You're fucking Kennedy.
Because he didn't want to deal with all of the
This was a way for them to keep anonymity.
Kind of like go fly, get somewhere, come back without being chased by people. I mean, that sucks. It's heartbreaking. So we'll go back to some of the obsessions that people have with this couple. And one of the things that people, myself included, and Michelle, you've mentioned a lot, is that the fashion lore around Carolyn Bessette Kennedy's aesthetic. She was very capsule. She's
so
white,
capsule,
black,
so simple,
khaki, neutral tones, long hair, not made up, very minimal makeup.
Didn't paint her nails. They described that as one of her chicest fashion traits.
Shoots.
Yes, look at these. I'm chic.
Michelle's Trey chic. I'm Trey trashy.
Yeah.
Michelle. Okay. Yep. And I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. Oh God, that's regal. It is regal to me. Like that reminds me of like Kate Middleton, like very, very minimal. And her makeup, she
barely wore it.
They said she wore a Donna Karan tinted moisturizer and the Bobbi Brown ruby lipstick. And I have a whiff out there. Forgive me. I've forgotten who it was. I've actually have to dive into our messages who literally sent me. I don't know if they're if Bobbi Brown Ruby discontinued. She found me like the closest or the second runner up. So I'm going to get it. And that's going to be like my CBK.
I was shopping her Egyptian musk.
Oh, please don't wear it in my house.
Does it smell?
I hate musk.
Did Mom ever wear that?
Mom wore musk. I don't like amber and musk.
Did Mom wear Egyptian musk?
I don't know if it was Egyptian, but she wore musk. They say that, she would buy her musk like on the street, like on the corner of Houston and West Broadway. She would just buy it from some dude selling musk.
I really kind of love that about her. So chill.
Reminds me of like I'm just easy. I just wear like my Victoria's Secret vanilla spray. I'll just buy it from whoever.
I have opinions about that, but you can wear it. Fine.
There was some drama around her gorgeous and simple wedding dress because, of course, she was, she started with Calvin Klein as she worked at the mall. local.
Ah.
And someone out of state, like an executive or someone higher up, came through the mall and they were very impressed by her detail, her attention to detail, and her want to help people look really good.
Oh my God.
in
I
her
love
clothes.
that.
So this person said, hey, there's this young lady out in the shopping malls of the suburbs. We got to get her downtown and she needs to work in the showroom. So she built her career herself, and just by being like into fashion. I love this. And she worked with the likes of like Annette Bening and Diane Sawyer. And in the film or in the series, they said this. I don't know if this is true, but Annette at one point did like wearing kind of like oversized blazers.
I remember.
They kind of credited that to Carolyn. Whether she really made that turn of fashion, let's say she did. You know what? With that one, we'll just
give it
go
to
with
her.
it. Let's give it to her.
Let's give it to her.
Fuck it. But for her dress, she wore Narcisco Rodriguez. Back then he was a very not well known. He was probably he's up and coming designer where Calvin Klein was established, and she didn't wear Calvin.
Why did she not? Do we know? Was there
I think
any
that
talk of
Narcisco
that?
was her friend.
Did you see
it was her friend?
Did you see in the scene when he opened the drawer, there was a drawing of a wedding dress next to what he was placing in the drawer?
No.
After she left him, she went in there and she quit basically.
Oh, Calvin, you're saying.
And Calvin's.
Oh,
yeah.
I did see that. I thought you were saying Narcisco. Okay,
no,
so that
was that a sketch of a dress that he was drawing for her?
Maybe they put that in there. So maybe Ryan Murphy added a little. Narcisco created the dress, and her dress, which was that beautiful, elegant silk,
so simple,
form-fitting, simple dress, that effectively killed the 80s puffy sleeves. Thank God. Thank you, Carolyn.
We can thank her.
Thank you, Carolyn.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, because those were horrendous.
That person should be put in a
overnight.
Straight line.
She changed fashion.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes that easy. So yeah, that kind of is the makeup of her, or that is kind of like the lore behind her. And of course, you see her back then being, for me, she reminds me of like a French woman.
Totally.
Like just like you said, like the like
simple
très chic,
elegance.
simple elegance. Not overdoing it with all of the stuff. And
do you think
the
real Carolyn? Do you think the real Carolyn Bessette bit her lip as much?
I know that was
I have
problem
a real
for you.
issue. I've got an issue there.
She might. I mean, they really studied JFK Jr. and Carolyn. Maybe she was.
I'm thinking I'm going to start studying her because I need to do a side by side. Because I was like, and we're done. We're done. I've had it.
Is it the same person who decided on the huge dong?
That's right. So Anthony and I,
you talked about it.
We took it out though. No, we didn't. This is a good point. Anthony and I were watching the first episode, I think, where he's like playing racquetball. He goes into the gym and his package
He has a helmet in his pants.
Thank you.
I saw it. I was like, you're not wrong. It was a fucking front-loaded helmet.
Was he known to why was it an anaconda?
So a couple things that we need to fact check. Did Jack have a
huge
giant
hot
helmet?
Hot cock?
Hot, huge donger that was pushed up and held just below the belly button. Not like nothing I've ever seen before. And I'm a wrestling mom. Okay,
was he wearing
I've
a
seen
cup?
some things.
Michelle, it was a mountain.
It was a front-loaded.
It was
helmet.
a mountain of cock.
It was a cock bulge. A mountain of cock. And she's biting her lip like she's got what I've got going on here.
I'd be biting it too if I had to deal with that thing.
I can't.
That's why you do bite your lip a lot.
I would be biting my lip too, but I was like, what am I going to do with that thing? It's a freaking
oh my God.
snake.
Oh
my God. Okay. Well, hello.
Okay.
Unhinged.
And not a garden hose either.
No.
Anaconda.
Like a fireman's hose. What are we doing here?
Anaconda.
So either, these are my theories. Either JFK Jr. was very well endowed,
hung like
John Hamm.
Holy horse cock
Holy
Batman.
horse cock Batman. Okay. That's the first one. Either JFK Jr. had a huge wanger.
Yep.
Or the actor has a huge dick.
Donger.
Or they just wanted to make him well endowed to add more to it.
Yeah. It was unnecessary because
unnecessary.
Because I
don't
was
need
fine.
it.
I was fine with his face.
I was fine with everything. Like you don't need that.
Gorge. Do we think though that his chest hair
I haven't noticed.
also made
Prosthetic?
to match the real JFK.
Probably.
I think so.
Because
Oh,
JFK
you think
Jr.
it's like-
did have chest hair.
And back then too, like it was like, more guys now I feel like they remove their chest hair.
Anthony does not. I don't
and
allow
neither
it.
does Ryan, but people do. But like that was a different time, like
I
how we
like-
had giant
I'm into the
90s
chest
disco
hair.
bushes,
Disco bushes.
giant
Yes.
90s bush.
Now, Michelle, you have said to me that you think the actor, I think his name's Paul Anthony Kelly,
Okay.
is better looking than the
I do.
real JFK Jr.
I think he is a perfect specimen.
You know what it is? JFK Jr. had an incredible side profile.
He did, but and I don't mean this disrespectfully, but he and his mom's eyes were set very far apart.
They
and
were,
He
and
looked
that's
exactly
maybe-
like his mom from the eyes.
He did. And I think that's maybe even why I like his side profile. Like my side profile, I think is probably better than my head on. You see me from the side, you're like, ooh la la. I turn and look at you and you're like, ah.
Shut the.
I'm just kidding.
I look at you and I'm like, God, why can't I look like the pretty sister?
Oh my God, you're gorgeous.
I mean, I'm fine with myself,
You're-
but
but you're beautiful.
But I mean, I appreciate that.
It's
Thank
the
you.
truth.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Don't be a butthead.
I was just kind of like,
Don't be a butthole.
well, you were
which
just
is now
saying
what
people go stand back in fright when they
Yeah,
see
I
you
know.
head
I
on.
say that. I'm kidding, you guys. I'm not
Yeah.
ugly. That's one thing I got going for me. We're not ugly. I might have other problems,
Got 999
but
problems.
at least I'm not ugly. Anyways. Just sound like Eeyore. Okay, so let's talk about their relationship.
Okay, let's.
Very tumultuous. And now I will say this kind of brings me back to mine and Anthony's relationship when we first began. We weren't beating each other up in the parks, but we had like fights. We had
Some
like
knockdown dragouts.
we had fights.
Yeah.
We had some like good
Ryan and I had a couple
proper
of
fights.
bombers.
And I've talked about this, that early on, Anthony and I met each other when we were both hot, living life
Yeah.
in our 20s.
Uh-huh.
Everyone wanted a piece of us, okay?
Wow.
In my head, that's what I like to think.
Oh my God.
But we were young and like
Yeah.
having fun with life. So that was part of one of our problems. Other than that, it really, but my thought is like, I'm like, was that the problems that they were having? But I think maybe because you asked about infidelity.
Yeah. Was there
There
any?
aren't like glaring moments. There are no stories out there that are like John cheated on her and she
Okay.
found out. They say that the part
because his dad was a cheater.
Oh,
so
God.
I always just go right to the like.
I almost said
cyclical
philanthropist.
philanderer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe philanthropist. But
He probably was both.
he
You
was
can
probably
be
helping out
both.
Marilyn on the side.
Yeah.
Philanthropist.
Yes, he was one of those
Yeah.
probably. But yeah, no glaring cheating
Okay.
scandals. They say that fight, that infamous fight in at the park happened because Carolyn was accusing him of his basically being like, you don't get it. Your friends use you. They are like using you as a friend took a photo with him, wanted to use it for something. She was like, he's using you. This is not, and she, how she felt about the paparazzi and media. So the story is that they became like super upset with what she was saying about him, and it became physical. But then I look at the photos of them sitting there, like contemplating
Working
their lives.
through it.
And I like cry thinking about it. I'm like, these are just fucking
Human people.
They're just people. If you take
And
everything
then, of
away
course,
from
there's
them.
the vultures in the world that go
Right.
trying to snap
It's
the $1
so
million
sad.
photo.
I felt it's really, really sad. And I'm surprised that they got married given all of the issues that they really had. Like his family was not awesome to her. Caroline didn't seem like the friendliest to her, kind of cold. Ethel, like putting
was
her on
rough
the
stuff.
spot. Yeah, that's it. I
stuff.
guess that whole dinner scene where she's like, "So what are your thoughts on politics?" She did that. Like she grilled her on, like current events and things, which I get. I mean, you're a Kennedy, maybe you should, but at the same time, maybe just be welcoming.
Let's just be nice.
Yeah, maybe just be nice. You don't have to grill her, maybe a conversation. I don't know. So they definitely had some situations. In fact, and I didn't.
It's not a really warm, culturally, those folks aren't warm though.
But they said that they were actually a loud, boisterous family, which they're not like
I
regal.
bet they were doing some keg stands.
I think they were like
back in the old
party
Martha's
animals.
Vineyard barn.
Yeah, they were
I
like
bet
having fun.
parties looked like, I was thinking that when they were
They
at
looked like a fun
Like I
family.
was like, this could be pretty fun.
Yes.
But then also there's
Snooty.
that like upper level.
But that's what was kind of cool about their wedding was that they had it in
Loved
that
it.
that little one room chapel.
riding Jeeps to the church.
Riding Jeeps, people on the back of pickup trucks.
Loved it.
There is a debate about was it there a 2-hour delay because of her dress, or someone said because there was no lighting, so they had to light all these candles, and there was just a lot of things going. But they also said, delay or not, they were drinking, having fun.
Yeah.
Like they weren't sitting there being stuffy like a royal family.
Totally.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it
they
looked
were
like a real
They
good
probably
time.
had a keg or like a cooler of beers and champagne. They're probably having a great time. They're
Yeah.
the Kennedys.
What did you think of her mom's little speech? And was that true?
I don't know.
Did that happen?
I actually forgot to fact check that. Her mom bothered me.
I hated her mom.
I did too. I thought she was actually like, there was something about like, she was like the word that comes from, she's like almost like too intense.
Yeah, I was like,
also like, be happy for your daughter.
Like,
she's
she's
happy.
happy,
Even though
like-
the relationship seems a little fucked up, but
I mean,
maybe
but
we'll figure that out when our
maybe look
daughters
who's-
want to get married.
maybe we will. I felt like a coldness.
Yeah, coldness.
Like
not
a
in,
bit, like a
cold.
bitterness almost.
Yeah,
and
there's
then
something weird about
I
it.
did
She was
not-
kind of like mean to Carolyn.
kinda.
Yeah.
And I was just like, and after that
Maybe
speech,
her
I was
mom's
like,
mean.
and also like sort of attention seeking. I was like, how dare you give that? Like, I was like, for a second, I liked where
Yeah,
she was
yeah,
going. I was
same.
like, this is good. You're supporting her in a way.
Yes.
She's a strong girl. She said some amazing things about her. And then she took a right turn down, fucking
Yeah.
made me want to punch myself in the face, Bill. And then she left and like made a scene.
And then
What?
John had to get up and
then
go.
John chased her.
I know.
I was like, you suck.
I agree.
Every party's got a
Cold-
pooper.
they
and
invited
the
her.
poopers, you.
Good point with it's cold and like cold towards her own daughter.
Yeah.
And there was like a little bit of an attention thing. You're right.
Didn't like it.
Yeah, same.
Least favorite.
Fun facts about their wedding though. They were actually making flights to go elsewhere in their names to fool the paparazzi
Okay.
and the media. They were planning itineraries to Ireland and things like that. Their programs, they didn't go to a professional printer. They printed them on the copy machines
Here
at
for it.
George magazine. So nothing got leaked. They had a special coin, a buffalo and Indian head nickel that each guest, when they got onto the boat to go to the name of the island, I forget to say, Cumberland Island, that little island off of Georgia. I mentioned it earlier. They had to show the nickel as proof of
That they
being
were
a
part of the
guest
group.
of the wedding.
I love that.
The church's name was the First African Baptist Church. It was a tiny one-room wooden structure with no electricity. It was built by former slaves in 1893. Their ceremony, they used flickering candles and kerosene lamps. And then, of course, we mentioned the transportation. So when we get to the flight, I didn't realize this. They weren't even like on good terms. The friends and family have said that they were like leading separate lives. They were not in a good
No.
way. And that Lauren, the sister, went as a buffer to kind of like just kind of keep. I think they had a very tumultuous relationship. I
Bummer.
think they really loved each other, but his life was so
his
different
larger
than
life.
hers.
She couldn't get into. I know. I wonder if had
Sad.
that not been the variable or in their situation, would they have had a different experience?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh gosh, Michelle, we talked about that how the plane goes down.
Yeah.
It's called the graveyard spiral. So John flew over open water towards Martha's Vineyard. He lost sight of the horizon, as we mentioned. And then the human ear can play tricks on the
Yeah.
brain. You might feel like you're flying at level when you're actually tilted. They were only 11 miles. And then that final descent, and sadly, they were found 5 days later. So to end this, this one moment here, the eulogy, I thought this is really deep. Ted Kennedy gave a heart-wrenching speech where he famously said, "We dared to think that this John Kennedy would live to comb gray hair with his beloved Carolyn by his side. But like his father, he had every gift but the length of years."
Oh my God, my body is covered in goosebumps right now.
Isn't
That's
that
so sad.
sad?
He had every gift but
The length of years. Oh gosh, I know. It's just, here I go. Tears. Anyways, so beautiful thought. So sad.
Such a loss.
But I like the series. The acting is semi-terrible.
Semi. It's fucking horrible. And usually you guys are the ones that are like, it's not that good.
It's
I was
pretty bad.
appalled.
It's
I
pretty
was
bad.
actually appalled. Let's talk about
So
the
cheesy.
one line. You're a crazy, complicated person.
And I
still love you. First of all, he could bear, it was like trying to be the Notebook romantic.
No.
Like I wanted them, they were like stealing that moment. And it fell so flat for me. I wanted to rip my eyes out. Like I thought that they both were not the best.
They're not. Yeah, I agree with you. They're not like the best.
Gorgeous specimens, both of them.
Yeah, and it's been so fun to like relive this, especially since we were young. Like we didn't know all of this. And they were iconic.
Loved it.
Iconic. I looked a little bit up about like the family curse, and they talked a lot about like one of the things I read that made me have a good think about it was there's a lot of Kennedys and a lot of ambitious people that take a lot of risks and do a lot of things that might put them in dangerous situations, like flying a plane. Over,
that makes sense. Just like the probability of putting yourself in a situation where you're in harm's way more than the average Joe.
But, but like when I think about Jackie O, I think about, or Jackie Kennedy former, I think about like the trauma and the heartbreak that woman has endured in her life and just the loss of her daughter recently.
How sad.
I'm sorry. I said
You're
Jackie
talking about
O.
Jackie.
I meant
Caroline.
I'm so sorry. I meant Caroline. I was thinking about Jackie O, about the loss of. She wasn't there when her son passed away, but her husband. That is so insanely traumatic. I was meaning to reference then Caroline, what she has been through.
Yeah,
she lost her daughter, Tatiana, I believe, and her son now is running for Congress of some sort. So sticking with the family name to stay in politics. Hold on. Yes, Tatiana. I wanted to make sure I got her name right. Tatiana Schlossberg. Yes, and her brother will be running. So yeah, just with Caroline, gosh, so much. Yeah, so curse or just, I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Now, would you recommend watching this series?
100%. Yeah. I even tried to get me to watch it, and she was
I'm
like,
surprised
it was kind of boring.
Yeah.
I'm like, it just wasn't relatable.
Well, of course.
But I'm like, Mia, when we were growing up, this was the thing.
But this is why I feel like people loved it so much. We needed it.
Yeah, totally.
All right, you guys.
It was a binge.
It was a binge, and there's still two more. There's still two.
Oh.
Michelle, didn't you just watch The Wedding?
Yeah,
Michelle, there's still two more episodes.
How wonderful! How wonderful.
We haven't gotten to the most unfortunate part.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I thought that's what they were ending at.
No, there's two more. There's two more episodes.
Fantastic.
So at the time that this comes out, there will be one tonight and then one more next week.
Yeah.
So listeners, write in. We're dying to know what you think about Love Story. With some of the Hollywood critiques or people just in the public critique is that we're sensationalizing, tragedy. And you know what? Unfortunately, we are. And that's what we do now.
It's what we do.
It's what we do. We've been doing it for a long time.
I'm
sure it's sad for the family though. They don't like the representation of what of how they are being depicted. That these are like real people though. That's the thing. These are real people. And there's family members out there that are like, and people like Daryl Hannah, they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but like when you're a person of that stature, you get things made about you and books.
You're right.
Written.
People probably say some shit about me, and I'm like, hey, I'm a nobody. Leave me
Yeah,
alone.
buckle up.
All right, you guys, thank you for tuning into that hot topic ad break for Posey Law Group.
Let's do it.
We've got another sponsor that we want to shout from the mountaintops. Posey Law Group offers thoughtful, compassionate legal guidance for real life. Founded by attorney Stephanie Posey, our friend and former guest, a few episodes back. You can learn all about Stephanie. Tune into that episode.
We should get her a robe. She's been on a couple of times.
She deserves like
she
the
SNL
3-peat.
robe. Yeah.
This firm helps clients navigate estate planning, real estate matters, and small business law with clarity and confidence. Their approach is all about making complex legal decisions feel manageable and grounded. You can learn more about Stephanie and her work at Posey Law Group, and the website for that is poseylawgroup.com. Poseylawgroup.com. Thank you for being one of our sponsors today. Michelle, moving right into reading, watching, and listening to. I got nothing new with reading. Anything for you? You still being a bust out?
Well, I'm still being a huge
I'm
bust
finishing
out,
my book, but I'm almost there.
But you're still reading The Lion Women of Tehran, and I have it. It should be ready for pickup any day now.
Okay, I think please read it, and then we'll discuss it together, shared on the podcast.
I mean, I hate that you're saying slow start to 50%.
Slow start to 40%. And when I say slow, I mean just
there's a build.
We're
to get
developing
to
this relationship, and it's not slow and it's not boring. It's just when it starts to move, when it changes, and it's pretty. I cannot. We're going to talk about it. So when you're done
All right.
reading, it'll be a book that we
I'm
discuss.
hoping that this is the book that breaks my bad book phase.
I think it will.
I'm getting dumber by the
It's
second.
top same, but that's why I'm reading it.
Okay.
And you're going to learn a lot about Iran, which I think this is a
timely
yes.
moment in time.
Michelle, let's talk about the dinosaur documentary on Netflix.
Can we?
It's called The Dinosaurs.
Yeah, it's a series.
It's narrated by Morgan Freeman.
Here for it.
I think executive producer, director, creator Steven Spielberg.
Mm-hmm.
And we are fucking going back like 280 million years to Pangea.
How?
235.
Thank you.
How do they know?
What Anthony and I are always asking. I go, how do they know?
How do they know those herds of the reptiles? You guys, I was not aware of the fact that the reptiles preceded the dinosaurs.
I know.
Didn't know that.
I know. Yeah, that got a little confusing. I'm like, aren't they the same? But
No, they're not.
That's what I was asking. What's the difference between a reptile and a dinosaur?
So I did ask chat this. And it says, great question. The short answer is dinosaurs are a specific type of ancient reptile.
Okay.
But not all ancient reptiles are dinosaurs. Still confused, but whatever. There is an ancient reptiles. It's a very broad category. It refers to the many reptile groups that lived millions of years ago. Some lived on land, some flew, and some lived in the ocean. Important to note that many of these weren't even closely related to dinosaurs, even though they lived during the similar prehistoric periods.
Okay.
Dinosaurs are a specific evolutionary group that appeared about 230 million years ago during the Triassic period. Fun fact, birds are technically living dinosaurs. Modern birds evolved from small feathered theropod dinosaurs.
I'm obsessed.
Well, that's from Jurassic Park. Like that's his claim in the beginning.
What does he say?
He says that they came from birds, and in the beginning, they don't believe it, but then at the end, there's the shot of the birds.
Oh, that's right. Here's a quick way to think.
How about that one bird that it had? It's how it walked, its arms were bent, and it sort of walked on its elbows. I was like, oh my God, my mind is blown.
I'm obsessed.
No, listen, when shit starts blowing up and raining for a million years, I'm
raining
all in.
For a million
years.
Rained for a million years. Rained for a million years.
And created our oceans. And then things evolved and turned into sharks.
And
what the fuck?
And then hang on a second. Then trees grew high that the lower reptiles, the land walking reptiles would live off low-lying plants, but then trees grew up and covered the low-lying plants. So those guys died.
Because that million-year storm, whatever.
Yeah. The million-year storm.
Million years. You know what? Watching this, actually, this is what the headlining thought. Well, I've only watched, I think, the first and second episode or started the second episode is I know that no matter what happens, this earth will regenerate. And that is...
unless it combusts from the inside
out.
No, you're right.
Everything will start over. If we fucking continue on this path and destroy it, it will come back.
Will it though? I don't know.
Okay, so I have a habit of watching astronomy videos, as you know, and they were talking about climate change, and basically they were like, the Earth will be fine. It's not like there's, basically the one guy was like, all this stuff about we got to save the planet. It's like, it's not that. We have to save us. The planet will be fine without us. It's been fine before us. We need to
save us.
We need to keep the planet okay for us,
I agree.
But...
Yeah, because we can't live off of burning waste fires.
No.
But also, we're probably not going to last forever. And, they'll have a documentary about our old bones that they dig up.
Our old bones. Well, hopefully we figure out a way to not turn into the extinct dinosaurs.
100%.
With that being said, I think that The Dinosaurs is a watch for all.
Oh, I highly recommend it.
It's so fascinating.
I give it a 10 stars.
It's so fascinating.
It's calming.
Why is it calming?
I don't know. I went upstairs in our bedroom and continued to watch it. And I just laid back and I was like, why do I feel so relaxed right now?
Cozy
no
dinosaur.
interest in picking up my phone.
No.
I was into it.
Yeah, captivating.
Yes.
I will say, if you need to, after this, let's take Luna and me can come with to the Field Museum to see Sue.
Consider it done.
And see the giant life-size dinosaurs. It's pretty
the pterodactyl's crazy because then you see how big those freaking things are.
And with their weird feet that are wings.
I can't.
It's so weird.
I'm in.
I'm in too. Okay, so that wraps up reading, watching, listening to. Our last shout out for our sponsor goes to Adorn 512, which Michelle and I am sporting the middle finger pendant, which I chose to sport because that was the mood that I was in kind of on a regular basis now. And that's kind of what I'm obsessed about this unfiltered collection
You
with.
can wear your
rage.
attitude.
Wear your rage. Wear your attitude.
Am I wearing, what am I
You're
wearing?
wearing fuck. And it's so cute because it looks like it would be like your initials, you know, like how you do the
But
big,
if you look closely,
it's not your initials.
It's fuck.
So these charms, along with about four other charms, earrings. These were all created by Dana Mitchell at Adorn 512. This is her bold, unfiltered collection. And this collection is all about ditching the stigma and celebrating women as we actually are, with pieces like hot flash studs and necklace, feminist charms, and of course, fuck and nope necklace charms. You can find these at adorn512.com at collections/unfiltered. And what's really exciting is that we have a 15% off discount code. So folks that are going to be shopping for one of these amazing charms, showing off your rage a little bit, use the code TSP for 15% off. And keep in mind, listeners, that all of our links for all of our sponsors, so you can learn more about them, are in our show notes.
And if you have a problem getting to your show notes at this point, well, you've got a problem. But I would suggest asking chat or something, because
or just
Lord,
scroll
just try.
down.
Just
It's
try.
all there.
Just try.
Michelle, what is your simple joy of the past week?
My simple joy of the past week is hearing the rumblings of 2021 soccer players coming into my home at 3:30 in the morning to kidnap their newest recruit. They came up. It was hysterical. They came in, the door was open, and I could hear them coming, and I opened my bedroom door to say, she's to the left.
Because you knew.
I knew. I was in on it. And I could hear Mia when they went in there. They had skeleton masks on.
Terrifying.
And all of a sudden they opened the door after we got Kevin out of the way because he was not allowing it. And started blowing whistles. Get up.
Oh my God.
We're going. And she was like, does my mom know?
I love
that. Was my simple joy.
Love her for making sure that her mama knows.
It was so cute.
That's adorable.
It was really cute. And they had a blast. And she came back and went straight to the shower because she had some shit
cat
on her.
food.
I don't know what it was.
Cat food.
Poor thing.
And if you, just so you know, if you get cat food on your
awesome.
fingers, you can sniff it for the rest of the day because it doesn't leave. The smell doesn't leave. So
sick.
All right, well, that sounds so fun for her, and I'm glad she's safe and sound.
We'll see you on the sideline.
I'll see you on the sidelines.
All right.
My simple pleasure, Irish soda bread.
Hell yeah.
Tis the season. Tis the season. I'm trying them all. I've done Mariano's, or do you say which one? How do we say it again?
Mariano's.
Okay, not Mariano's.
Not Mariano's.
Mariano's. Oh, it's really still difficult for me. That one's better than Whole Foods if you ask me.
Okay.
I will be going out to the Jewels, because Instagram, my friends on Instagram are like, go to the Jewels. Also, shout out to Misericordia's and Weber's Bakery.
Oh.
So we'll see
Sue
what
O'Sullivan, let's be honest. Sue
and
O'Sullivan,
our friend
no
has
one
the
makes
best
it
one.
better than Sue O'Sullivan.
Sue, next year maybe. Okay, I'll trade you something. We should give her a candle for 2 loaves of bread. Okay, I'll trade goods. So yeah, Irish soda bread. Mine suck every time I make it, so I just buy it and I eat it. Hot slab of butter in my face.
Yeah,
and a shitty day, a good piece of Irish soda
better
bread.
than some Irish soda bread.
Listeners, thank you so much for joining. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube. Okay, do it. Leave us a review. Do it. Engage with us. Comment. If you follow us on Spotify or on YouTube, you can comment to this podcast, right to us. Yeah. And Michelle, who is the responder,
Chatterbox,
will reply back to you.
Will.
Share us, follow us, and subscribe. Thank you so much. And as always,
stay cozy, listener.